someone does report it and the police fail to act on it, or if maybe technology advances, you see a lot of these in criminal scenarios where they'll be like, well, we didn't have the technology. Now we have a DNA technology and we can arrest this guy 20 years later. And that feels good and you applaud. But if the crime wasn't even reported, I don't know. I really don't know. And I also want to say that I think about how unfathomable it must be for Russell Brand's wife. Couldn't even imagine, right? I'm about to give birth to my fourth child, and I can't imagine that 20 years from now, George and I get a phone call from the police in London, and they're like, you know what? We've got George in for a crime that he committed 26 years ago. I mean, that would just completely rip a hole through your life that you have to fight this. And knowing that your children, what are your children going to think about this? Where's the children going to think about their father? You've got to just go to court and do your best to try to prove your innocence if you are in fact innocent. Right now, I want to be clear, we do not know the details of these specific cases in the UK. We should find them out in a little bit of time. The women very well, like I said, may have reported it back in 1999. The current articles that I'm reading doesn't make it seem like it. It seems more like they got inspired by something that was in the press and then they decided to come forward. But they may have, let's keep it open. They may have concrete evidence. They may have been keeping concrete evidence throughout this entire time. Maybe they had a beeper email or a regular email between themselves and Russell. Who knows? We can't really judge a situation until we have more information. But I do think it's worth us just discussing as a society why it seems to be the picture that when people are drug addicts and they are, dealing with mental psychoses and things of that nature, Hollywood loves them. They love them. They celebrate them. They celebrate them stumbling out of the club, drunk, making it seem like it's all cool. And then it routinely feels like when those individuals start to clean up their lives, Hollywood comes knocking. Suddenly people are going, oh, that person that they seem like they've gone straight line. Let me tell you about who this person really is. Let me tell you about who this person was when they were an addict. I find that to be something that doesn't feel authentic. And again, zero judgment yet. We don't know the details of this case. We are obviously going to be watching this case, but I wanted to let you know that it's happening. And Russell Brand, I consider him to be a friend of mine. And so I will be covering this case extensively when we know more.